my name is Lizzie and today I'm going to show you how to make Digby the dog. He is part of the Builder Buddy series and he's absolutely lovely. He's slightly different from the other Builder Buddies, so hence I'm going to show you a little bit more detail on how to put him together. The first thing you need to do is to look at the first video in this series, which is the Builder Buddy body, and that shows you how to put the body together, and this is the accessory pack to make Digby. So with Digby you have the little heart, which is the nose. You have a little patch here in case you want to make him like a Dalmatian. You've then got a bone, and that's just half the bone, so you put that on the fold. You've also got the front part of the waistcoat and the back part of the waistcoat, which is cut on the fold. I'm going to show you that, and his ears. So with that combination you'll be able to make Digby. So if you have a look at what's on my table, you'll be able to see that I've already got the legs and arms already made up. This is the body. There are two parts to that. Let's have a look. There we go, two parts. And you've also got the head there. That's two parts. 2 ears and 2 ears. And then felt for his waistcoat and his little heart nose. The first thing you need to do, apart from you can make up his legs and his arms straight away, but you need to embroider his face. Or at least cut all the bits. Now I need to still cut his nose, but I'll show you what I've done so far. So that's his little face already embroidered, and I'm going to pop his nose just there. So if you look at the picture up here, you can see he's got a little heart nose on the front there. So the first thing you're going to do is embroider his face, and then we're going to cut his waistcoat out and his nose. Now if I get the dies, I'll show you how to put these on your Gemini plate. So we'll get the waistcoat here, those two pieces, and we'll get the little heart, which is for the nose. So obviously the little nose goes on there. The waistcoat front is 2 parts, so you can just pop the die, obviously cut side down, onto your felt. With the back of the waistcoat you need to have one piece folded in half, and then you place the open edges on that fold. You may want to tape it. If you do tape it on the metal and the waist felt and your metal plate. So that's how the arrangement will look on your metal plate in your Gemini. Now these obviously will go through the big Gemini and the junior as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do those now. So I've cut all the pieces out now to actually dress Digby. So he's a little bit different, like I say, from the others. If you want to see how all of the body is put together for the other animals, and a little bit of Digby as well, using the legs and the arms, go and have a look at the original video of how to build the body of the Builder Buddy. So if you look at my mat, what we've got now is the little nose, which is going to get glued there, and it'll just pop on there like that. Doesn't it look cute? Then we've got 2 pieces of felt cut for his waistcoat front and 1 piece for the back. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is that we'll just pop a little bit of glue on the back of the felt nose. Let's get that secure. So this is, I'm just using our textile glue. You can stitch it if you want to. There we go, I'll pop that to one side now. And we'll just pop it at the top there, just like that. And by the time I come to stitch that, it'll be fine. So with the waistcoat, you need to actually stitch the waistcoat in with the body. So let's just place this how we want it to be. So one waistcoat part goes there and one goes here. Now you'll notice it looks that it's folding over, so you can actually dress this with buttons if you wish. But also this is the back as well. So you can pop that on there too. Now if you want to, you can actually pin this in place. So let's just move that over a little bit. Now if your piece is a little bit bigger, it's because the die has moved when you've put it on the mat, which is just what's happened to me. So I'm just going to pin a little place there and here just to hold that together. Notice I'm not putting it anywhere where I'm going to stitch. And then we'll do the same here. So we're literally holding all these layers together, ready for stitching. So now with Digby, we're going to stitch from here at the top all the way around 1/4 inch down to here. From there all the way down to here, because we still need to leave that opening to put our legs in before we stuff. Okay, so the next stage is to right size together those two pieces and pop a pin through just to hold them in place. You can trim this if you want to, and then you can stitch, like I say, from here to here. So if you put a little mark in, there we go. Make sure your legs will fit. Yes, they do. And then you can stitch up to the top here. Now, because we've glued our nose in place, I'm also ready to stitch the ears. So with the ears, I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch, starting here, going all the way around, 1/4 inch, and finishing there. And then I'm going to repeat the same with that, and then just turn them right side through, and they're then ready to place on top of the head for stitching. So once I've done that, I'll show you what I've done and we'll take it from there. So I've completed all the pieces I said before. So I've stitched the ears and I've turned one through, and I'm going to show you the one that's not turned through. We'll do that in a second. The nose has been stuck on, but what I have done is stitch the waistcoat into the body, and I need you to see that. So I'm going to then turn it through and I'll show you the next stage. So if you have a look at the mat, so on the mat we've got the body that's already been stitched. I've actually used my pinking shears to take some of the bulk away, and if you can see, I've left my gap here and here, and obviously at the neck as well. And so all I need to do with this is turn it through. So Digby is actually then fully dressed. He's the only animal that doesn't have an outfit that you need to make separately. He comes all complete. And of course he could have a very fancy waistcoat. You could make it out of patchwork. That'd be lovely. He could be bejewelled. So there we are, we'll just turn it through. So just be careful because it's felt. We don't want to stretch the felt at all. So just ease that through. There we go. And all you need to do is just finger press those edges. Now it'd be a really good idea to pop that under the steam iron to actually set that so the waistcoat folds flat. I mean, he will be stuffed, so some of this will be standing proud, okay? So the next thing to do with the body, apart from steaming it, make sure that lies flat, is to just tuck the opening there under by 1/4 inch, okay? So make it rounded, but make that 1/4 inch. And then what you're going to do, you're going to pop your legs into that gap there and just hand stitch that closed. If you want to pop it under the machine, by all means do so, but just pop that together like that and put the legs in. And then you're going to stuff the body. With the actual ears, I'll just pop him to one side. With the ears, so far we've got the face looking like this. So we've got one ear that's been stitched and not turned, and one ear that has been stitched and turned. And so you just need to place that onto the head. And I think with the dog's ears, they could sort of come out at an angle. He looks quite cute, doesn't he? At an angle like that. So with this one, we've got to turn. So again, it's quite a small turning, so be prepared to use some sort of tool to help you turn that. So I've got a little tube here which helps. I'm going to pop that there, and I've got a little sort of rod here that you can just sort of poke in. The material isn't going to behave and go down the tube like it should, so I'm just going to use that as a sort of a tool to get that ear turned through. And just be careful that you don't make a hole in the ear as you're doing that, and just ease that. It will come through the gap fairly easily, so we'll just pull that through. There we go. And then once you've got that out, just give it a little wriggle to get the whole shape nicely. And you see I'll have used my pinking shears on there as well to make sure that I've taken some of that bulk away. And there's his other ear. So that can go on the side. So as long as you get them roughly in the right place, and I think he looks super like that. Maybe they want to come down a wee bit, just a little bit. So when you've got that in the right position, I want you to then just flip it over and just put a pin where you think that should go. And then I want you to stay stitch those ears in place, and then you can remove the pins before you stitch the head together. So let's just try and get that equal. I think we're right. So I'm just going to pin it. So now what I want you to do is to stay stitch. So just about 1/8 of an inch, stay stitch from here all the way around to here. Remove those pins. Put your other head part over the top, make a sandwich, and then I want you to stitch from here all the way around to here. And then once you've done that, he's ready for stuffing and he's ready to be attached to his body. So I'll just go away and stitch that. So once we've given everything a bit of a press the ears, stuff the head, we've stuffed the body as well. If you have a look on my mat, you'll be able to see. So we inserted the legs and then we hand stitched or machine stitched that closed, and then we stuffed the body. So this part here, you'll just fold over 1/4 of an inch to get a nice seam, and then you're going to ladder stitch your head to your body. So that's completely done. And then, having looked at the video for the Builder Buddy body die set, you've already made your arms as well, and you ladder stitch those on. So that is Digby then completed. So Digby, the accessory kit, will make the waistcoat, and you've got the parts for the nose. You've also got the half bone, so you know to put that on the fold. You've got a little patch if you wanted to put patches on his legs or his body or his face. But that is now a completed Digby the dog.